for making me wait there a little bit. Morning setup as usual. So, kumusta po kayo? Oh, framing. And it's November 12, 2020. Thursday morning. And it's a little bit breezy out there, but it's still warm in Toronto. Unusual for a late November week like so what we have. But how many of you are getting into the Christmas spirit? My bass is really fine. Let's adjust that a little bit. There we go. But we don't want too much treble either. So we are still sort of setting up this morning shows. What we're trying to accomplish right now is the algorithm, finding the perfect spot and the perfect time where we are going to. Oh, what happened to our light? Something wrong with our light. We just changed the battery, but let me fix it. And there was light, and let there be light, and there was light. November 12, the day after Remembrance Day. Kumusta po? This is our morning show for the Manggagawang Pilipino. We forgot, magpipilipino po tayo sa ating pang-umagang palatuntunan. And getting into the Christmas spirit, what do you feel sa ating mga Manggagawang Pilipino dyan na ating kapanayam ngayong umaga? Pagka kayo ba'y naghahanda, papasok, and unlike our public transportation in the Philippines, yung mga buses natin sa Pilipinas at saka mga jeep, they play Christmas music, and that's a little different from our public transportation here in Canada. We don't really hear much music at all in public transportation, but since the era of iPods and iPhones, I know that a lot of you guys are listening on your iPhones on your way to work, right? Is that true? Is that not true? Or you watch video on your iPhones? Unless you are in the subway train and underground, I think your cellular data would actually work in much of the public transportation that we have here in Toronto, if you're in buses and streetcars. By the way, I haven't tried the streetcar. It's been around 2 years now. All the new streetcars that we have, I've been seeing them. I've been driving right beside them, but I haven't really taken one of those, meaning to get in and enjoy the new, very trendy looking streetcars. I have a question for you this morning. The question is like this. I hope the levels. I don't have my monitor. I left my phone somewhere. I can't find it. I hope you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up, or give me a hello, or let me know on the comment section below if there's any problem with my audio, if you cannot hear me well. Because for me, I can hear. How you hear it out there is something different. I have a question for you. Every time you hear Christmas music, everyone that I know and I myself, whenever I listen to Christmas music, I know that I get reminded of my childhood, because Christmas is one of my favorite times of the year, and Christmas is much enjoyed during your childhood. And so it reminds me of my childhood, right? But every time you hear Christmas music being played in shopping malls, medyo hindi masyadong common yan nowadays, right? Going to shopping malls is very restricted, very limited. Going to restaurants and stores and shops, very limited. And we don't have music really playing in public transportation here in Canada. Well, at least here in Toronto. I don't know in other provinces. I haven't really taken. I've been to Vancouver, and I've been to Winnipeg. I've been to Ottawa and Quebec, I haven't really taken the public transportation in those cities. Um, because I'm always either being driven or I'm driving or yeah. So I don't know. But every time you hear Christmas music, hindi tayo nakakarinig masyadong Pilipinong pampaskong awitin dito sa Canada. But it takes me back. It's like a time machine for me. Every time I hear Christmas music playing elsewhere, like in my car, I play CHFI. They play all Christmas starting November 1st. That's why I appreciate that station. That's one of the station that plays Christmas really early on. I wish they would do it back in October, but at least they're the earliest among all the pop radio station that I know of in Canada, in Toronto. Um, i- Parang time machine ang Christmas music when I hear them because it takes me right back to my childhood. I'm reminded of the home that we. Oh, I keep on forgetting. Morning show, Filipino tayo. Yeah, so binabalik ako sa alaala ng aking kabataan. Uh, Lumalaki sa aming unang tahanan sa Pilipinas. Doon ako natira sa Quezon City, sa aming tahanan sa Brixton Hill. Pero naalala ko na maliit ako rin, meron din tahanan ng aking ama doon sa Rizal, Montalban, where my mom would stay because yung bahay namin sa Manila was yun yung bahay ng first wife ng dad ko na pumanaw. Kaya siya nag-asawa ulit, which is my mom. So, pero ang nagkataon din ng aking kaarawan ay December 9, araw, buwan ng Kapaskuhan. At alam natin na sa Pilipinas, di ba, ang Christmas, it doesn't really start in December. It starts in around October. This is my experience with Christmas in the Philippines. I want to make sure that this is properly, the settings are all properly done. All right. So, yun ang kayo. So, ang tanong ko sa inyo, what are the first things? Ano yung mga una nyo naaalala when you hear Christmas music? Ano ang naaalala nyo sa inyong kabataan? Please share it with us, 647-875-3733. Okay, let's put that up. I don't memorize my own phone number, but let's put the banners up. Where are my banners? There you go. Show. There you go. Oh, this is the last night show after dinner kwentuhan. Let's change that to morning show. Morning show. Yung assistant ko, hindi inayos to kanina. Yung assistant ko si Joey. Tanghali ng gumising. Alam niyo, sabi ng analytics ko, I have to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Can you believe that? The highest peak of all my viewers and followers, I'm not a morning person myself, but the highest peak of my followers presence online is about 4 in the morning, 4 to 5 in the morning. So I am thinking the reason for that is because marami po tayo ordinary James and Joes who are following us all across Canada. So even though it's 8 o'clock here, it's still 6:20 in Vancouver or in Calgary, and it's still 5:20 in Vancouver. So Calgary, Edmonton, Winnipeg, it's 7:21 in the morning. But yeah, it's 8:21. It's a little bit late here now in Toronto, but my analytics says that to the best and most optimal time for me to touch my followers and viewers is 4 o'clock in the morning. But I'm not a morning person. So what I'm doing is I'm going to broadcast, even though this is not the peak time in Ontario. Probably in Ontario, most of our kababayans already at work and already well into their shift. But that's fine. We'll. I thought I set that up already. Okay. So 647-875-3783 is where we are going to receive your text messages. And Joseph Salvador, Ordinary Joe Show, is where we can get some inquiries if you want to advertise on our show, or if you want some of our services on digital marketing, creating contents for your social media site for your business, or helping you with the traffic. So, talking about traffic, right? My analytics. Um, I hope I'm not too dark. My light just turned off on me. Let me fix that again. I'm so sorry about that. I didn't realize I didn't turn off my camera and you guys were looking at my tummy. Um, what were we talking about? I got lost there. Yeah, so my analytics said na ang aking mga followers, ang aking mga fans on The Ordinary Joe, Kuya Joe Show, yung Filipino spin-off na page. Alas 4 ng umaga kung sila ay active. So I'm thinking, no, kasi marami nga tayong manggagawang Pilipinong followers in this, yung mga Pilipinong in the service sector in Ontario. Naisip ko baka ang nangyayari nga ay karamihan sa kanila ay kumigising ng ganong kaaga para maghanda, have breakfast, and then they have to take the bus or catch the early bus 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock. And that's the reason kung bakit ganong kaaga yung ating mga kabayang log on Facebook here in Ontario. Or it's possible that some of our followers are also living out in the east, Quebec, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, PEI. Honestly, I don't know that many Filipinos, but I used to get hired by a company who would advertise to Filipinos out there. I didn't get a lot of traction out in the East Coast Canada, but they're the earliest time. So right now, in East Coast Canada, it is about maybe 9:20 already, 9:20 in the morning. So they're like an hour ahead of us. Quebec is not different time from us here in Ontario. I guess depends on which part of Quebec. The easternmost part of Quebec is probably a little bit different time zone. So that's what we're trying to accomplish right now here in this morning shows. If you see me and it's not, we don't have a copywriter, we don't have a well-written program. Remember, we just got back about today's our second day from being shut out of our platform. Nabigyan tayo ng restriction. Even now, meron pang hindi pa totally lifted ng restriction. I can do live shows now here at the Facebook page, pero that's all I can do. I cannot synchronize the live show with my groups and with my other pages. It's still restricted. So there's only one page where we're publishing this right now. And in that page, that particular page, yung Kuya Joe Show, that one is telling me that all the fans are usually up at about 4 o'clock, and then it peaks at about 5, and about 5:36 they all go away. They are not online, they're offline most. So this particular page where we're publishing this, the analytics says most of them at this time is offline, but it's okay, we'll do the live show because we also have followers in West Coast Canada. So it's 7:27 in Winnipeg, 8:27 in Calgary and Edmonton, and about backwards. So right now it's 7:27 in Winnipeg, and 6:27, about 6:27 in Calgary and Edmonton, and it's still 5:27 in the morning out in British Columbia, in Victoria and Vancouver. Marami po tayong mga kababayan west coast of Canada, in Vancouver. Nandyan yung ating mga maraming kaibigan, and napasyal na po ako dyan minsan. It's very rainy in Vancouver, I find. Na, yeah, it's not very... Oh, I'm so close up. I didn't realize how close I am. Let's zoom it out a little bit. It's a little too close. There you go. Ibali po. Very soon, with God's help and with God's blessing, we will soon have a production crew. I want to ask your prayer, my dear friends on social media. Ipag-pray niyo po, no? Kasi meron tayong ginagawang petition na maki-collaborate with a company called Go Live TV. And Go Live TV, they have their own studios and they have their own apps, which is live television app. It's like one of your apps when you when you have a subscription with Rogers or Bell, and you ask them. Nowadays, they're offering television app so that you can watch what you're paying for on cable, even when you're not home, even on your phone, right? So the same kind of technology, the same app that Bell Media and Rogers carry on their platform, so that you can watch cable TV on your phone. That's the same kind of technology what Go Live TV has, and we're trying to forge a relationship with the company, and it looks like we're gonna get in, because most other shows that are on the platform are similar but not as strong as the Ordinary Joe show. So it's very promising. I hope that we get in, and I pray that you guys, I hope that you guys pagdasal niyo po. I'm sorry, I'm not in the Filipino mood this morning. I'm supposed to be speaking Filipino sa ating mga pang-umagang palatuntunan. Pasensyahan nyo na pa ba? Minsan nawawala ako doon sa mojo, sa Filipino mojo. But we will try and get back to it. I can see that my lighting is too bright and my face is awash, but all of these little technical details, as a director and producer, at the same time I'm the host, I'm very critical. I'm the most critic of my own show, but this is where, in a way, it's rehearsal, but you're part of the dress rehearsal right there, my friends who's listening and watching me right now. In a way, yes, for the next 6 to 8 weeks, this might be a dress rehearsal that we're doing here, because the first phase of what we're trying to accomplish here is algorithm, finding that sweet spot in terms of the time zone. Dahil we're broadcasting all across Canada, and we have a lot of followers all across Canada. We're trying to find the time zone where we do the live, because the live is also posted and it gets regurgitated in other time zones through our reruns and our live reruns, and also the watch party, and creating a campaign for the produced live show. Then we will fund it with a campaign, because we are going to have sponsors. That's the reason, one of the reasons that we're doing this on a daily basis, is because we're getting it ready for sponsors. How we're going to time the whole workflow. How do we prepare for the copyright of, not copyright, but copywriting, in terms of like script writing and the content production, the pre-production of the contents, and the subject matter, the materials that needs to be presented. So we need producers for those stories, and writers and bloggers. But everything's coming along. So first base right now, what we're really trying to accomplish here is kind of pin down what is best for our algorithm. So in terms of timing, in terms of zoning, yun muna po yung we're trying to accomplish right now. Because just as a reminder, when we're full launch, and again, you're with me on the dress rehearsal of the live shows, We did back in April. We did dress rehearsal ng live test broadcasting for the digital board, which is part of what we are gonna do. Yung digital board po kasi, yung parang CP24, you have the main program window and then you have all of the digital banners and animated banners, static banners for all the sponsors. Like much like CP24, you see there's weather, there's um, traffic, parang cascading frame siya. We test broadcasted that for a couple of months or for around 6 weeks back in April, and that really yielded a lot of positive results. The only thing with that format, we cannot really fund the campaign on that particular one because ang plataforma itong ginagamit natin is very sensitive when it comes to text-heavy content. They don't like text-heavy content. But we are still going to launch that as part of the segment. Kaya kung kayo yung mga business owners who's listening to me, you, I would really recommend that you guys get a hold of me early because we just recently we signed some papers and agreement with a certain ad agency who's quite big in the ethnic marketing space, and they're going to supply us with advertisers, and our advertising spot will be limited, no? And I have offered the best price when it comes to advertising spots among all other social media producers that they know of. The ad agency, yung ad agency na nag-sign ng paper with me to carry me and forge a partnership with me, sila pa yung nag-udyok sa akin na itaas ko yung presyo at saka yung damihan ng kaunti yung mga advertising spots. But that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna listen to the advice of the advertising agency, and I'm excited about that. That's why we're doing all of these test runs, these dress rehearsals with our daily production, dahil gusto nating malaman kung saan natin lalagay yung breaks, paano natin iba po kasi sa social media, they have their own ad breaks tulad ng YouTube and Facebook in the US also have ad breaks. Yung sa mga video, you will see a countdown 3, 2, 1, and then the ads will come in, and then you can skip the ad. Ganun na rin ang Facebook sa US, and I haven't seen it. I haven't seen much of those paid advertising on Facebook here in Canada. I haven't seen much of them that I have to click skip ad on. Kung nakaranas kayo ng ganon, kung meron kayo nakitang ganon in Canada, please let me know. Because I know it's coming to Canada ever since early last year, before 2019. But I don't know what happened to it. Parang hindi na ata nila tinuloy. But yeah, because I got notification that I pre-qualify on all the categories. So because social media has ad breaks, iba yung sistema ng social media as opposed to maybe a digital television app like Go Live TV, or if you're producing for meron din yung tinatawag na Roku. Sa Roku, you can also produce for Roku. It's similar to the platform in the Philippines called iWant TV, right? So sa iWant TV, which is owned by ABS-CBN, I believe, you can, as a producer, a filmmaker, or an independent TV producer, director, you can produce your own show and carry it on iWant TV, and then somehow you get some kind of a deal on the business side, how you share the revenues and whatnot. Let's kind of shift over here. So yun. That's where we are right now. Kaya kasali po kayo sa dress rehearsal ng early trends net on Daily Show. We have a morning show, which are Filipino, yan, pure Filipino dapat. So, pasensya niyo ako na nawawala yung mojo ko ng pure Filipino at this moment. Kahapon, okay eh. Ang ganda. Dire-diretso yung pagpipilipino ko. And then, late evening, ito yung mga daily shows. This is outside of the weekly series. So, in the weekly series, we have some of our political weekly series. We have the Filipino-Canadian Town Hall. We're trying to populate that for 2021 to have at least once a week a federal minister or a federal government or opposition official to attend our town hall, and that's a cooperation with me and many media representatives from across Canada. And then we have the Filipino-Canadian Talakayan, which is sort of a tandem to the town hall. Yung Talakayan is that's the Filipino version noong panel discussion kung ano yung nag-transpire doon sa Filipino-Canadian Town Hall, right? So sa Filipino-Canadian Town Hall, pwede tayo mag-guest doon ng Filipino speakers or Filipino guests, Filipino celebrity, and it's not only politics, right? But right now we're establishing the political town hall. And so yung mga punong ministro, yung mga miyembro ng parliament, yan yung idea sa town hall. But eventually you're gonna have spin-offs of the Filipino-Canadian Town Hall entertainment version, the Filipino-Canadian Town Hall business version. So as a business, we are going to guess yung mga CEOs, yung mga business owners, yung mga trademark owners, yung mga notable Filipinos. We start with Filipinos all the time and then we expand out to non-Filipinos eventually. But the idea is always starting with Filipino Canadians. That's our base. And then eventually we reach out to non-Filipino Canadians, and then we reach out to non-Canadians, meaning parang ano yan parang biblical principle from Samaria to what's the verse again? I can't remember. If you can remind me, please. From Judea to Samaria to the rest of the world, right? To the ends of the world, something like that. So that's the idea, also the principle of what we're doing with the Filipino-Canadian genres, the Filipino-Canadian Town Hall, the Filipino-Canadian Talakayan, and the Filipino-Canadian podcast is a one-on-one long-form kwentuhan between me and a guest, a notable Filipino-Canadian. Again, we start with Filipino-Canadians, and then we go to Canadians, and then we go to Americans, and then we go to the rest of the world, right? But the base are always the Filipinos in Canada. That's our base. So those are the weekly shows. Pero itong mga daily shows natin naman, sa umaga, we will have the morning show, which is dedicated for the manggagawang Pilipino. Dahil nga yung ating manggagawang Pilipino, sila yung maagang gumigising, naghahanda, pinaghahanda yung kanilang mga babaunin ng mga anak, yung mga pang breakfast ng yung pang-almusal ng kanilang mga pamilya. Tapos sila yung tumatahak ng sa winter, no? Kahit dead of winter, kung wala pa silang sasakyan, bago pa lang sila sa Canada, sila yung maghihintay dun sa bus stop na napakalamig. Naranasan po natin lahat yan. Kaya yan ang ating gustong pagsilbihan. The morning show is in the service of the manggagawang Pilipino. Eventually, it will evolve to include many more. Pero our season 1, we don't know how season 1 will last. But however long season 1 will last, let's see all of our feeds if they're okay, if we can be heard. Give us a thumbs up po if you can hear us. It's just interesting in the views. It doesn't look like... Okay, I can see the feeds. Let's try and listen to. Okay, if we
all right, there
heard, give us a thumbs up po. If
Okay, I don't want that to echo, but
I just tested the sound signal is very good. It's high quality. It's going out there to you guys, and you can. Let's go to our control room. There you go. So, what we're talking about. So we are trying to, at this point, set ourselves up on the algorithmic workflow with the digital um, side of the business. The artificial intelligence getting to know when we'll pin down a time when we come on regularly and we get some samples, data samples or digital samples of the response of what's going on. So right today we did 8 o'clock. Ideally, what we want to do is 7:30. That's what I'm trying to. I'm not a morning person, like I said many times, pero I'm a night person. So sometimes I'm thinking, I just stick it out. Just don't go to bed. By the time I'm tired, is already about 3 o'clock, but I should be online by 4. But if I stick it out, then I'll be sleeping until noon. So, but I have to drive my wife to work in the morning. But I'm a night person. I do much better at night because many nights, many years, I used to work night shifts, graveyard shifts in many different kind of jobs. Napagtrabaho po tayong security guard, napagtrabaho tayo ng tinatawag na overnight merchandiser. Sa iba't ibang lugar din, no? Nakapagtrabaho ako ng overnight merchandiser sa tindahan. Many years, I think mga 4 na taon din na merchandiser siya yung nagpapaganda ng tindahan, right? I used to work at Shoppers Drug Mart. It's a big store, downtown, King and Young, 2 floors. That's noong mga taong mga 90, in the 90s, mid-90s, late 90s. Because I started working at Shoppers in my early 90s, mga 94, 95, 96, 97. Around 4 years, early, mid to late 90s, so starting 94. Yung mga taon na yun, Shoppers, yun na yung pinakamalaking Shoppers Drug Mart all across Ontario noon. Kasi maliliit lang yung Shoppers noon eh. Pero kami lang yung 2 floors na Shoppers. Pero ngayon makakita na kayo ng napakalaking mga Shoppers na parang mga no-frill size na, di ba? Kasi nga binili na ng Loblaws yung Shoppers. So, the format has changed. Pero noong mga panahon na active ako sa Shoppers Drug Mart, yun na yung pinakamalaking tindahan. Yung 2 floors sa Young and King. At yung mga ibang Shoppers Drug Mart, maliliit lang. Anyway, before I go down that rabbit trail, the question is, what are the fond memories of your childhood that brings you back? Every time you hear Christmas music, ano yung mga very, very sweet memories ninyo? So share naman po dito and jot your sweet memories on the comment down below. Or you can text us at 647-875-3783. Right there. Put it down there on the bottom. And if you have any ideas for me, or you would like to collaborate, or also you would like to reserve your spot when we start putting advertising. So our advertising won't be exactly the same as interstitial, the way television is doing advertising. As you know, many social media producers, the way advertising is done is through what we call brand placement. You'll put your brand on. I'm a coffee drinker, and if I'm not drinking coffee, I keep on drinking things, right? So that's why I need a lot of interventions or inserts when I need to go to the bathroom, so I can play some B-rolls for you while I do my business. Anyways, that's we'll figure that out. But the way advertising works in social media with social media producers, you give us your brand. It's called brand integration, or I mention and endorse your brand, or I can also visit your place of business. If you have any questions, how we can help you, ito ba isa, right? This is one very important note for all our listeners who are in the business, who are business owners in the community. There is none right now who produces for our community who allows a daily endorsement of your brand. Kasi typically, to get daily endorsement of your brand, you want to buy advertising spot on radio or television, the cost of putting your advertising your brand on radio and television is around, the estimate is on TV is about $25 per CPM. Okay, CPM stands for cost per 1,000 impression. MM stands for 1,000 impression. So just think about the, I'm going to illustrate something for you so you understand what are the costs of advertising or marketing for your business. And because we live in a digital world, it's really important to always be visible, especially if your business is if you're in the food business and there's not a lot of seating right now in the restaurants. You can actually thrive and make more money with just pick up orders and Uber, yung mga delivery orders, right? You can make more money. Actually, I heard that some restaurants are actually making more money if you position your business in the right way during this pandemic lockdowns. Because think about it. For example, I'll give you an example. Right down there on Young and Bloor, you see that the one and only Chick-fil-A. I don't know if I'm allowed to mention all of these brands here on the show. Well, hindi pa naman ako nag-advertise. Wala pa naman akong competitors. But that's a good example. Chick-fil-A down Midtown, Bloor and Young. You can see that there's a long lineup. It always have been a long lineup at Chick-fil-A, even though we were not in lockdown yet. Oh, come on. All these batteries are not working for me today. Anyways, so it's a little too dark, I find. But that's all we can do for now. Chick-fil-A always have seating before the lockdown, but it's always turned over anyways, right? Or people who want to linger around. Sometimes if they got people lingering, you can see the staff. It's actually better for them if people linger because they don't have to quickly get up and clean that table for the next occupant. But now that it's locked down, all of the chairs and all of the tables are pushed on the side. Nag-i-English na naman ako. Yung mga upuan at saka mga lamesa ay nandoon because bawal ang upuan. Di ba? Siguro limited. Pwede ka lang mag-upo. Or kung meron kang patio, doon mo papaupuin sa patio yung mga customers. Pero palamig na ng panahon. So the patio will not work. Hindi na yan magiging viable yung patio. Unless you really have the dome and you spend more money for the patio. But what's the difference having a patio that is enclosed and just bring your customers inside your restaurant, di ba? Pero may mga negosyo, may mga restaurant na actually mas malaking kinikita nila during the pandemic, during the lockdown, kasi bawal nga mo po sa loob. So you don't have to wait. There's no waiting time. So everybody is just lining up to pick up the food, right? And then hindi mo kailangan mag-employ ng extra staff to be cleaning the tables or, serving the dishes, right? Kasi, di ba, typically, you have buskers, not buskers. What do you call that? Bus boys. You have bus boys, you have servers, you have bus boys, you have cooks, you have front order takers. Ganun yung parang workflow ng isang restaurant. Pero pagka walang upuan, bawal ang upuan, everybody can just call in ahead of time or order online on the app or use Uber or Uber Eats, Foodora, and all those type of websites or softwares to order the food. Ang bilis ng workflow ng business. Because I can see that in Chick-fil-A on Bloor and Young. I can see people are lined up, but you can see how quickly the line goes and get replenished again. Kasi wala na upuan eh. Hindi na kailangan linisin yung lamesa for the next person to sit. Hindi mo na kailangan magkaroon ng receptionist at the front. Maraming nabawas na cost, right? And ang bilis ng service. Ang bilis ng service kasi wala na yung mga extra service na kailangan gawin. So if you position yourself right as a restaurant owner, and your visibility, kahit na hindi ka dun sa prime location, but if you're visible online, if you have a digital visibility, you can actually compete. You can actually compete really well in the restaurant business using digital media, advertising. Take advantage of everybody, all the millennials, all the young professionals are all on their phones all the time, on social media all the time. So dati, kailangan ng mga trabahante, mga trabahador, uuwi sa bahay, manonood ng television. Doon pa lang sila mabibrainwash ng mga marketing. In the old days. Pero ngayon, di na. Kahit on the way home or during lunch break, basta't hawak nila yung kanilang mga device, you can actually inform your potential customers na nandito kami sa kantong ganito. You can order ahead of time and pick it up, or you can have it delivered at papakita mo yung mga menus mo, how good looking your food is. So there's two aspects in advertising and social media. First is good advertising material. Importante yung it's attractive. Your advertising material is eye-catching, or almost simulating the smell of the food, if it's like an animated photo or video, right? It could be video, or you just get the animated poster where you have a poster, you have the name of the store, you have some information on the bottom, and then let's say you have a bowl of soup, like in a poster, but the bowl of soup is not static. You can see the smoke coming out from the bowl of soup. Or for example, you're selling in the summertime, you're selling halo-halo, diba? O kaya yung mga malalamig na inumin, right? It's a poster, then you have the name of the drink and the name of the restaurant on top. Usually yung mga posters, they like the square or the vertical, like Instagram format, where, like I said, on top is the name of your business or the name of the dish or the drink. And then on the bottom is the price, sale price or discounted price or your location. And then in the middle, you'll have maybe the photo of the drink. Pero kahit photo siya, kikita mo yung dumudulas yung mga, if it's a cold drink, di ba, may mga moisture outside of the glass. So it's called an animated poster, right? Parang picture lang siya, pero there's some animation. We do that, that's a very good way to catch an eye of the browsers. Kasi diba mga kabataan, browsing on your phone is just like in a flick of a finger. If your advertising is not attractive or very eye-catching, you get flicked over. So that's one aspect. One aspect is having an attractive material. Pero that's only one of the two important aspects of reaching your potential target customers. The second one is actually manipulating the algorithm or manipulating your campaign in such a way that you have precision targeting in your sampling, data sampling na tinatawag natin, or the digital footprints. Makikita natin in the track record. That's why marketing should be a long-term goal, a long-term plan. Kasi makikita sa sampling and the data analysis kung yung produkto nyo or kung ano yung servisyo na ino-offer ng negosyo nyo, kung sino at kung anong klaseng mga tao ang nag-a-appeal yung produkto nyo. So, for example, nagbebenta ka ng stiletto shoes for women, right? Nagbebenta ka ng mga sapatos pang babae. Let's say you have a photo of a red shoe na sa iyong advertising in your poster, and you have a campaign, a 3-month campaign period, for example. So in the first month, you will see ma-eliminate mo agad, and that's where social media algorithm really kicks in and makes a precision marketing
the best bang for your buck, kung tawagin natin. Alimbawa, nagbebenta ka ng red shoe, and then on the first month, you can see na yung red shoes, yung pair of shoes na nilagay mo sa advertising mo, ang mga nag-appeal yung advertising mo sa mga kabalbaihan a certain age, let's say from 24 to 44 years old. So on your next campaign, tatanggalin mo na yung mga sobrang matatanda at mga sobrang bata. All your advertising dollar goes only on your specific demographic, right? Which is 24 to 44 years old. And mapipick up ng algorithm yon, and the algorithm or the artificial intelligence of social media, they know where to find the rest of those market who likes your product. So first, you eliminate the demographics in terms of age. Now, you also want to get some data in the region or location within your reach, your business reach. Saan ba mainit yung produkto mo? At tapos malalaman mo rin on your advertising campaign, ano ba yung lifestyle noong mga target market na nag-respond positively on your advertising, right? Ano ba yung mga lifestyle nila? Mahilig ba sila mag-clubbing? Mahilig ba sila, umuwi ba sila maaga? We pay social media with our data. Kaya hindi libre. Kaya kung akala nyo na libre ang paggamit ng social media, it's not. Because we're paying social media with our data. They know us more than we know ourselves, kumbaga nga. So, alam ng AI yan, alam ng algorithm kung saan hahanapin yung mga target ng mga customers nyo. So, and because alam din ng algorithm or ng artificial intelligence ang behavior ng target market nyo, alam ng computer o ng artificial intelligence kung kailan yung trigger na pinakamagandang oras, time of the day, to appeal to that customer kung kailan niya makikita yung red pair of shoes na binibenta mo. Ganun yung idea ng social media marketing. Kung panoorin niyo yung isang documentary sa Netflix na I think the title is The Social Dilemma. I think, yeah. It's called The Social Dilemma. Anyways, at least you will understand the science behind using social media marketing. Kasi social media documents all the behavior of all the users of social media. So kung halimbawa ang target market mo is women 24 to 44, para malaman mo kung sino yung bibili ng sapatos mo, kailangan maintindihan ng algorithm kung ano ba yung mga tao, yung behavior ng mga tao, kasi may pattern psychological behavior and human behavior. Sila ba yung mga mahilig mag-clubbing? Sila ba yung mahilig mamasyal in the weekends, or are they the kind of women who want to stay home in the weekends and look at shopping channels, right? Sila ba yung mga single moms? Sila ba yung mga moms na walang social life, and the only way they will treat themselves with a reward is maybe at the end of the month they buy themselves a red pair of stiletto shoes. So ganun yung analysis. And so to find out sa produkto nyo kung ano yung the best na marketing plan, what you need to do, step 1 is to talk to a digital marketing advisor. dito po pumapasok ang mga digital marketing consultants. How do we create a plan, right? And dito naman sa ating programa dito sa Ordinary Joe Show, the Filipino spin-off, marami dyan sa narrowing down of the algorithm. Parang na pre-set up na natin yan dito, because first of all, our target market sa ating daily shows, sa ating palatuntunan, ay na-narrow down natin sa mga Filipino-Canadians. So marami na tayong spread ng Filipino-Canadians all across Canada. Of course, there's still more work to be done. Marami pa tayong gagawin para mahakot natin, ma-touch natin to create an appeal to as many Filipino Canadians all across Canada. And there's so many strategies. So right now in Ontario, ang inyong likod is the only one who has 50,000 followers combined in a combination of social media platforms, groups, pages, and other platforms outside of Facebook, which are podcasting platforms, right? So we have Anchor FM, we have Zeno FM, we have iTunes, Spreaker, SoundCloud, Spotify, and many more. And we have a collaboration also with print media, which is, it's not yet full throttle, but the idea is we are going to collaborate with a lot of local newspapers, because we want to do a collaboration where we promote them and they promote us. So that's the direction of where the Ordinary Joe Show is going. Anyways, I apologize. My light is not working properly today, and it looks like I'm in the dark. Yeah, I prefer when we have good lighting. But both batteries, I thought, are fully charged, but it's not working properly. Okay, so back to our morning question. Do you remember certain specific things in your childhood every time you hear Christmas music? And what are those memories? Share naman po. Drop your comment down below or send us a text at 647-875-3783. And if you are interested with digital marketing services, this entire episode is brought to you by the Ordinary Joe Productions Inc. That is our main sponsor for now until we bring in all the sponsors that are being lined up for us by the ad agency that we're dealing with. And because of our deal with an ad agency, kung kayo ay mga mom and pop shop na negosyo, usually you don't deal with an ad agency because it's beyond reach traditionally para sa mga small mom and pop shops or medium-sized businesses to be dealing with such advertising. But the synergy between myself and Ordinary Joe, social media producer, and my partnership with this certain awesome advertising agency who have been around for a while, the synergy between our partnership allows now, it breaks the door open for all the small businesses, the mom and pop business owners, to be able to push their brand and to advertise their brand to the Filipinos, specifically the Filipino-Canadian market. And if that is your business is Filipino restaurants or Filipino services, Filipino products, dealing with us, with me and my partnership with very renowned ad agency here in Canada, not only in Ontario, but the entire Canada. It opens the door for you, the small business owner, to have a prospect of having a daily advertising push. Impossible yan before with television and radio. Hindi mo naman magagawa yan sa newspaper to have a daily... people's memory is short. So, kung mag-a-advertise ka sa local newspaper or sa community paper, mag-a-advertise ka doon, and yung community paper na yun only comes out once a month or twice a month. People's memory are short. Nanonood ng television ang ating mga kababayan every single day. Nasa social media ang ating mga kababayan every single day. Multiple hours in a day. At least average 5 to 7 hours in a day. Ang mga lalo ng kabataan at ang mga young professionals, that's the kind of hours they spend on social media. So kung ang advertising nyo ay once a month or twice a month sa newspaper, kulang po yan. There's so much traffic that, our audience, our Filipino-Canadian community needs to find you. You need to find each other. Kasi naghahanap ang ating mga kababayan ngayon. Nasaan yung mga quality products, quality restaurants, quality services who are rendered by Filipino business owners. They're looking for that, and you're looking for them. Let us find Let us help you connect with each other right here at the Ordinary Joe Productions Inc., our sponsor for today's morning show. So, yun ang importante na kailangan maintindihan ng ating mga kabayan, mga negosyante, tungkol sa digital marketing. Yan po ang isa sa aking mga gospel when I do the daily shows para maintindihan ng ating mga kababayan, mga negosyante, paano ba magkakaroon ng daily, araw-araw na connection with your potential customer, with your potential client. Kailangan araw-araw, kailangan everyday, i-remind natin, brand awareness, brand consciousness is very important para sa ikiunlad ng isang negosyo. Yung mga malalaking korporasyon, yung mga malalaking brand, katulad ng Coca-Cola, McDonald's, Levi's, Walmart, Costco, di ba malaki na sila, marami na silang customers, di ba kilala na sila? But think about that. Kilala na sila, marami na silang customers, everybody seems to know their names already, hindi na sila yung parang nagpapakilala, Walmart, hindi naman nagpapakilala, hey, look at us, check us out, see what difference we can offer, right? Wala sila sa ganung stage. They're already very, very much known in the consumer's market's eyes, right? Pero, every day, meron silang push every single day on all platforms of media. Meron silang social media, meron silang television, meron silang radio, meron silang print. You can see them everywhere and they don't stop. They don't stop being upfront and personal on the faces, on the eyes of the consumers. Kailangan ganun din kayo. Pero mahirap makipagkompetensya sila sa kanila in the traditional method, but right here, right now, in the digital world, pwede na kayo mag-araw-araw na advertising and brand awareness campaign for all your potential market. And you have to talk to me. Call me at 647-875-3783 or email me at joseph.salvador@ordinaryjoeshows so you can understand how digital marketing and social media marketing can help you push your brand on a daily basis to your potential clients. Ginawa na namin yung ibang trabaho. The pre-work of trying to hone in on the Filipino Canadians in Ontario, Filipino Canadians in Edmonton, Filipino Canadians in Winnipeg, Filipino Canadians in Calgary, Filipino Canadians in Victoria, BC, and many, many cities all across Canada, Red Deer, Saskatchewan, Saskatoon. We have done a lot of the pre-work and we're still continuing to build. So your host and the show that you're watching right now, the Ordinary Joe Show, is owned by the Ordinary Joe Productions Inc., which is a network of different pages and groups on Facebook and a network of different podcasting and third-party video platforms which reach out to many Filipino Canadians all across the country. At ito nga ang mga kliyente na kailangan yun yung mga customers for your stores. These are the customers for your business. Kailangan magkaroon kayo ng daily appeal and daily brand awareness in their eyes, in their ears. They see it every day. And we have the solution here at the Ordinary Joe Production Inc. to make that happen without breaking the bank. Na hindi, you have business expenses, and in the traditional method, they said you have to set aside at least 30% of your retained income as a budget for marketing, right? 30%, that's quite big in the traditional sense. Pero nowadays, because of the digital world we live in, you don't need 30%. 10% or lower can actually give you a push on the digital world, on the digital sphere, social media, a push for your brand and for your business. Anyways, so we'll take a break. This is your host, Ordinary Joe, and we'll talk more about digital marketing and how it can help your business. And here at the Ordinary Joe daily morning show, we're still kind of honing in and fine tuning our algorithm. What part of the day, eating show called after dinner kwentuhan, and we have a midday show which is all English show. This is for our first platform, yung the Ordinary Joe Show mainstream. Yun. So, hindi tayo Pilipino doon. Pero dapat sa morning show at saka sa evening show para nagpipilipino tayo. Pero, we're still, this is dress rehearsal, like I said, and you're part of it. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you. But I will share a lot of business insights that I learned working from the financial industry and now in the digital marketing industry. Whatever I have, I'll share with you. And I hope you can partner with us, be a sponsor of the show, so that we can help a lot of Filipino businesses step up and get up. This lockdown is a sucker punch to businesses, but we can actually grab it by the horns and make sure that whatever sucker punch this has thrown us, we can actually throw it back to this challenge and make it into an opportunity instead of a challenge. Anyways, we'll take a break, and when we come back, please when we come back, we'll talk more about Christmas. How many more days? We'll put on the screenshot there. How many more days before Christmas? And then we'll talk a little bit more about digital marketing. But for now, let's take a break and listen to some Christmas music.
back. Welcome back to me. Ako ang nawala. If you were sticking around, thank you for sticking with me. Let's turn down our Christmas music for a little bit. Kamusta po? Kamusta po? Welcome back to the show. We were talking about digital marketing just before we took a little bit of break. Thank you for joining us, and you are part of a dress rehearsal. Back in April, if you can remember, meron tayong test broadcast na ginawa, and we got a lot of positive data from the test broadcast that we just did, and a lot of data analysis that we just did back in April and May. So we're very excited about that, and because of the whatever data that we were able to collect doon sa ating test broadcast earlier this year, nagkaroon tayo ng agreement with one of the best and the biggest ethnic marketing ad agency in Canada, not only in Ontario but in Canada, and we are going to start gearing up on servicing all of their potential clients that they're going to give us to advertise here on the show. Wala. For some reason, I charge my battery all night, pero parang maluwag ata ang pagka-mount ng battery sa charger. Kaya parang hindi siya na-charge ng maayos. So, I apologize with the dark. Masyadong maitim, no? That's fine, you know, as a contrast, so that tomorrow, iba naman yung itsura, iba naman yung theme. Tomorrow will be the bright theme, today we'll do the dark theme. So we're talking about digital marketing. Ano ba ang pagkakaiba noong dealing with a digital marketing consultant like yours truly? At saka yung sabi ng iba, no? Hindi ko kailangan ng digital marketing consultant kasi ang dali lang naman mag-click ng boost doon sa Facebook when you have a post. Click mo yung boost, give them their $30 a day, then boom. You think you're good. Okay. You can do it that way. That's one way of doing it. And also we have a lot of producers na they seem to get thousands of views, but boom, as per the analytics, where are the views coming from? If you're a Filipino producer and the customers that you are trying to aim for are Filipino Canadians who live in Canada, what's the point of having thousands and thousands or even tens of thousands viewers from the Philippines? So, bago tayo mag-lockdown 2020, isa po sa ating mga hanap buhay ay to do promotion for live concerts, live events dito sa Ontario. So, yung mga concerts, Casey Tandingan, some of them I don't know. I cannot remember their names. No? But we have, you know, si Isa Siguera with her, the former singer of MYMP, Sponge Cola, and you know, yung pamangko ng Salamat. What do you call that group again? Anyways, I've been away from the Philippines for many years. I've been here since 93, kaya hindi ko na nasundan. Oh, we had this band also. We promoted this band. And in March, our biggest client is our beloved TFC. Sayang, wala na po yung TFC sa Ontario. For now, I think they're just regrouping yung opisina dyan sa Scarborough, which is our friends at TFC, the Filipino channel. They're my biggest client. Noong March, kinontrata po ako na ang ating mga kaibigan sa ABS-CBN para i-promote yung kanilang at nakita niyo yan sa platform ko. Pinromote natin ang kanilang pelikulang Quezon's Game back in March sa 3 probinsya ng Canada. That was a trial run, and then I believe na ang impression ko, anong mga sinabi sa akin ng mga taga-TFC, nagustuhan nila ang trabaho ng binigay ko sa kanila. And ang contact ko sa San Francisco, sabi nila, magiging busy ka, Joey, kasi meron tayong maraming pelikulang lalabas this 2020. Hindi natin inaakala na tayo mala-lockdown. So,
At saka nagkaroon po ng aberya ang ABS-CBN sa Kongreso sa Pilipinas. Pero kung hindi dahil doon sa mga yun, marami tayong kontrata this year. Na-estimate natin na mga more than 10 movies ang ipapalabas sa Canada ng Star Cinema. I really like the Star Cinema Productions. Magaling silang gumawa ng pelikula. And it was my pleasure to promote their movies na pinapalabas dito sa mga theaters sa Canada, sa mga select theaters sa Canada. Can you see that? Can you feel that? Tayong mga Filipino-Canadians were really integrated in this society. Hindi tayo mga dayuhan sa Canada. This is our country, ladies and gentlemen. We belong here. We are integrated and we're part of this society. Kaya I really am appealing to all our kababayan. Bansa po natin ang Canada. Tayo mga emigrante at mga citizen na tumutulong i-build at itaguyod ang bansang Canada. We have responsibilities and we have contribution. Kaya wag din tayo maka-feel na second-class citizens or wag tayo maka-feel na parang okay, tayo isang segment lang na dito lang tayo sa corner natin. Please, let's get rid of that kind of mentality. We are part of the general society ng Canada. We build Canada. We help build Canada together with our fellow Canadian brethren. Okay? So, ganon tayo ka-integrate dito sa Canada now. Nakakapanood na tayo ng mga pelikulang Pilipino in theaters at AMC, at what's the name of those? Cineplex, right? Sa iba't ibang select theaters. Nagsisimula na yun eh. And it wasn't only, TFC was not only carrying Star Cinema. Yung pagkagusto magpalabas ng Viva Films sa Canada, they go through TFC too. So that was a very, very important business na nakakalungkot na hindi nagpatuloy dahil nga. But I think we're on a short pause, but we will get back to that dahil napaka-importante. Ang pelikula ay isang napaka-importanteng parte ng heritage ng isang kultura. Ang sining at ang paggawa ng pelikula at ang mga programa sa telebisyon, ang paggawa ng mga script, ang pagsusulat ng mga drama, mga pagsusulat ng mga pelikula, ng mga libro ay napaka-importanteng bahagi ng isang pag-uo ng isang kultura. Right? So, tayo mga Pilipino, we are in the global age. We are in the information age. So, kailangan ating mga kababayan, lalo na mga negosyante, mga business owners, kailangan din tayo mag-step up into the digital world. Nakikita natin yan sa mga kalabang, mga kompetensya na kahit na mga maliliit na mga tindahan, kahit na mga mom and pop shops lang yan, they're really stepping up. Yung mga hindi Pilipinong mga negosyo, they're stepping up with their digital marketing efforts. So that is sort of like gospel na being a member of this very beautiful Filipino-Canadian community. Ito yung aking mensahe palagi sa ating mga kahit nung hindi pa nag-lockdown, sa aking mensahe sa aking mga kaibigan, mga event producers, mga directors, yung mga nagdadala ng mga celebrity musicians, celebrity singers, katulad nila pinromote yan sila Heartthrob, Jericho Rosales and Sam Milby when they came here with Yeng Constantino, I think her name. Pinromote ko yung kanilang yung kanilang concert, and then recently yung this band, and then kasabay pa yon this band at saka yung isa pang concert on the same night. But even then, prior to the lockdown, ina-advocate ko na talaga sa ating mga producers to really step up in their digital marketing. Kasi traditionally, which is sort of, it still work in a bit, pero it's not as effective. Ang traditional method ng ating pagpo-promote ng isang live event nagpiprint ng mga poster, nag-a-advertise sa newspaper, sa community newspaper, at saka nagbebenta ng mga physical tickets. At saka meron tayong nakita ko, ang naobserbahan ko sa ating community, ang mga nagpo-produce ng mga live events, meron silang tinatawag na network of distribution, yung mga Suki system, right? Okay, si Suking ganito, Suki A, she has this kind of influence in this group, or maybe an association, or maybe a community, a Filipino community of the Visayans and the community of the Ilocanos. You know, meron tayong mga contact doon, right? So meron tayong distributor doon. It works, yes, because in a way, those are what we call, offline networking. So I'm not saying that we should stop doing that. However, I really think to step it up and lessen the costs and increase the efficiency of our campaigns, what we need to do is to integrate the digital marketing efforts in all our production. Parang ganito yan eh. Kasamahan natin sa community na kumampanya sa isang posisyon na politika, ang old school na manager ng campaign, medyo matanda na ang pag-iisip. So, sa pagkampanya ng ating kaibigan, ang traditional na pamamaraan is yung door knocking, right? At saka yung mga flyers, saka yung mga printed materials, right? Walang masama doon, maganda yun, effective yun, na-prove na yung method na yon in many years and many elections, no? Pero nag-iiba ang takbo ng panahon. Ang kalaban marunong gumamit ng social media. Pero kung yung kalaban natin gumagamit ng digital marketing, tayo hindi, we are at a disadvantage. Kaya nagulat. At the end, ang ating kakampi ay masyadong naging masipag sa actual face-to-face interaction, which is very important. However, nagkulang sa digital marketing. Kaya nagulat nung nagkaroon ng eleksyon, nung dumating na yung mga resulta, bakit parang biglang hindi naman natin nakikita yung kalaban na lumalabas at nagdo-door knock or nag-engage in the community on a physical face-to-face, pero hindi natin nakikita behind the scenes pala, nag-engage sila with the community but digital. Yun ang naging isang lesson na gusto kong ipahagi sa inyo dahil sa maraming aspeto, basta brand push para sa ating community, whether politiko ka, whether negosyante ka, whether simbahan ka, and you have a message you want to reach your audience. Ito yung pinakamadaling at saka pinaka-effective na way to reach your audience is through digital marketing. Lalo na, ako walang pondo, puro organic tong aking pag-daily show. Puro organic, wala pa tayong pondo, wala pa yung advertisers natin, parating pa lang. Pero meron tayong traction kahit na organic, right? But just imagine if well-funded ang isang campaign. Gagastos ka naman di ba? Gagastos ka sa posters, gagastos ka sa advertising sa kung isa kang negosyante, gagawa ka ng mga pakwela, right? It costs money to create, pa-contest or whatever, drive-in movie. Gagastusan mo yan. Ang argument ng digital marketing is bang for your buck. Bang for your buck. Ang ibig sabihin nun, may gagastusin ka, may budget ka, but how much can you reach with the same budget using traditional method and the same budget, not more or even less than your usual budget? How much more can you reach with the digital marketing effort? That's the idea. Anyways, we'll take a break for now and we'll pick this up again tomorrow morning, our dialogue, because I got other business to take care of. I cannot just do a show the whole day. But thank you for joining me. And please, if you have any thoughts and kayo isang business owner, isa kayo negosyante. It doesn't have to be like a big establishment. If let's say you're a professional practicing lawyer or isa kang accountant or isa kang real estate vendor or agent, you need help with digital marketing. The key is consistency and daily push of your brand. It doesn't matter if you're just making 50,000 a year, 30,000 a year, 20,000 a year. I have a budget for you. How to push your brand on a daily basis. And I want to offer this to the community, especially to the mom and pop shop owners, before our advertising agency will flood their advertising dollars and their advertising orders to our platforms. Baka mapuno kasi yung spots. But the Ordinary Joe brand's idea is to help our fellow who are the ordinary business owners, ordinary James and Joes, na mga accountants, lawyers, dentists, real estate agents, insurance agents. You don't have big machinery or big budget for advertising or marketing. Talk to me. 647-875-3783. And my email address, joseph.salvador@ordinaryjoeshow.ca. I'm your host, Joey Salvador, and I'm also the CEO of the Ordinary Joe Productions Team, which is a digital marketing firm. God bless you all, and we'll see you again tomorrow. God bless. Take care. Bye-bye.